It felt like there was literally no one else in the house except for the two of us.
Trying to win a ticket to stay here longer. Like, if percent in anything, I will not continue.
Whatever they want about Destiny, but they cannot say she does not get the best looking man. Okay.
How many more times can we watch Bergie be friend zoned, please? Put this man out of his misery. I think it's time for him to go home. It's time for him to go home. And Leo and Kenan are in trouble because the girls they've decided to sort of get to know are really putting the pressure, and I can see the two of them recoupling. And I'm here for my girl Destiny saying that she's always being picked by some of the most good looking guys on the show really have gone for Destiny first. And then when they've realized that she won't put out and she won't be chasing after them, they then move on. But I'm here for her getting first pick of the most handsome guys in the villa. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island, Season 5, Episode 22. So, Marco is having a conversation with Hannah O. Am I surprised about Marco's decision? No, I'm not. Hannah was voted the most popular islander. He's seen what's happened to Harrison and he's heard what people in the villa have said about Harrison moving on from Hannah. He's not stupid. He's not stupid. He's going to sort of think about it logically. And this is where you see who's there for the game and who's there for the fun. And I think Marco is there for the game and his goal is to win and he's going to win at all costs. And he knows that if he chooses to break things off with the popular Hannah and go with Hannah O, then he's lost his chances of winning. Because the fact that he told her that you can get to know the other guys, but I obviously might feel some type of way about it because, you know, I still do care about you. And it's like, why should you worry about who she's dating? You've been with these guys. Unless you think the guys are not genuine, then you'd give her a heads up that stay away from so-and-so and so-and-so. Otherwise, they're going to break your heart. But for him to say he's going to feel some type of way and then go and speak to the guys and tell them that you guys are open to getting to know her, but just let me know before you speak to her. And it's like, why did I need your permission to speak to her? You broke things off with her. She's come to see you. You said, no, you're not interested. So what happens between us and her is none of your business. You sit in the corner and watch. I think he still likes her, but he's looking at the long game and is thinking to himself, if I recouple with this Hannah, then I stand a chance of losing not only the fans, but also the prize money. So he'd rather stay with popular Hannah and avoid getting himself in trouble. And then you have Rob speaking to Hannah in Casa, sort of saying he's interested in Carmen. I think Carmen is interested. And just like Marco, she's being strategic. I think she's interested in Rob because of the way she's very giggly and she's a totally different person to the person that we know her from the villa. I think she's interested, but she doesn't want to break things off with Kenzo because this is someone she knows and she's worried that if she breaks things off, that's going to make her life awkward because she thinks they are a sure thing if she stays with Kenzo, not realizing that maybe if she goes for Rob, she stands a better chance actually, because she's more likable with Rob than she is with Kenzo. With Kenzo, they're very dull and boring. So I think maybe she's better off going in with Rob. The only problem with Rob is, will his head not turn? Will the producers not send him his own bombshell like they did Harrison that will turn his head? That's the problem. So Rob has a conversation with Hannah, and Hannah is sort of saying yes, she's very close to Carmen. They're very good friends, and she really wants the best for Carmen. So she hopes, you know, she tries to give him pointers on how to win Carmen over, and it's like, I wish Carmen was there for you as much as you've been there for her, Hannah, because I don't trust Carmen at all. I don't trust her because when they first came in together with Hannah, she stole Victor from Hannah, and she was making these little snide remarks, even the challenge that they played where she snaked Hannah. I don't trust her. I really don't trust her. I think she's very smart and very calculated in the sense that she wants to keep Hannah close because she knows Hannah is popular with the other islanders, and Hannah, if she has her in her good books, is going to speak up for her like she did when they were voting, when KK and Hannah sort of were saying let's keep Kenzo because there is no possibility that the guys are going to send home Carmen. That's my opinion. Am I the only one who thinks the Rancher games were sort of being scored in a way to sort of encourage chemistry amongst people? Because the fact that Rob and Carmen scored a point. Hmm, that's questionable. And I'm happy that Destiny participated. I'm always happy when Destiny participates in anything because I know how she is. She's not just going to get up to some foolishness just because the producers want her to get up to it. Um, Bergie's having the time of his life. He's going to leave the villa with a PhD in relationships because he's done everything he's wanted to. He's kissed more girls in the villa than he has in real life, according to him. He's been on a date. He's slept with a girl in his bed. He's made out with girls. So this has been amazing for him. Marco and Hannah kissed. Marco was excited. Marco was definitely excited. He really loved that. He pretended like, oh, I'm not interested in you, but he really liked it. And the fact that when Hannah dived into the pool with Kenzo and Marco, people were saying, you need to go underwater and kiss him. Marco, they've already kissed. Make it make sense. You're not interested in her. Let her do whatever she wants. Why do you want to stop her kissing Kenzo? If that's what makes her happy, allow her to be. And also for Carmen saying that she's really not that into Rob as because her bond with Kenzo is stronger, doesn't make sense. Because when Rob went to kiss someone, you could see in her face. I think he kissed Hannah. Yes, you could see on her face she wasn't happy. She wasn't happy, and it's like, why are you not happy? You said you're not interested in him. You're only 80%. So why should it bother you? Why? And then Brandon. I love Brandon. KK needs to bring Brandon because Brandon really knows how to, get hold of KK and make her feel things that she's never felt before. I want KK and Brandon. I don't mind even them going to the finale. I am here for it and I'm rooting for them. I can't wait. And Keenan had to go and pick Naja. He had to go and pick Naja. Kenan is enjoying the attention he's getting from Naja. And I can see Kenan recoupling with Naja and KK recoupling with Brandon. That would work amazingly for me. I wish she'd had a stronger connection with Eddie, but it seems Eddie's sort of on the outskirts. But I want KK to recouple with someone in Casa, as I said yesterday. Was I surprised that there was a tie? Not really. Because the producers were not being fair with their scoring. I think they should have given them those heart rate monitors and then looked at people's heart rates to see whose heart rate was beating faster. That way they can tell which was more passionate. Because them just going by, oh, this looks more passionate, this does. Nah, it's subjective. I didn't like that. I don't think it was fair. But I really enjoyed the game. I really did. So after the game, obviously they all go and get ready, and the Casa girls in the villa decide to wear all white. The boys wear all black, and they all seem very relaxed and to be enjoying their time in the villa. And in Casa, the girls are sort of talking about their connections and how they feel things went during the challenge. And so Cassie mentions that, she's always with Mateo, and so she found it easy to kiss him because they seemed very comfortable around one another. And you could see by the look on Hannah's face, Hannah and Carmen, that they're judging her. And I don't like that. With Destiny, it was more a look of disappointment when she found out that this wasn't the first kiss. I think it was disappointment on Leo's behalf because she's very close to Leo, and I think she realizes that Leo could be left in the dust, not knowing that Leo is getting up to nonsense on his own. And so I wish Carmen and Hannah, if they're going to save themselves for their guys, I wish they could just keep it that and not be judgmental towards somebody else and not try and make it seem like someone is less than for doing whatever she wants. She's entitled to do what she wants. If she feels it's a stronger connection, then hey, do her just because Leah's already doing him and they are both not closed off. So everybody's entitled to do with their body as they please. I don't think Destiny was judging her that why is she doing that? As in, oh, you're very cheap. I think she was more concerned that so what happens to Leo if you recouple with Mateo? I think that's where her concern lies because she's very close friends with Leo. KK was obviously concerned about the fact that Kinnan kissed somebody and he got a higher score than her. For KK to be surprised that Kinnan, kissed somebody, they were trying to pacify and say, oh, just kissed someone next to him. No, he did not. And you all know that Kinnan has been looking for another connection that's stronger than his connection with KK. He has not been satisfied with his connection with KK. So the idea that the girls want to pacify her and sort of make it seem like Kinnan, oh, it just happened randomly, it was just a fluke of luck. No, it was not. He's been after Naja since they entered the villa, and that's who he's targeting. And I wouldn't be surprised if on coupling night he decides to couple up with her. And then everybody else was very calm and very peaceful. After the drinks, you have Leo go and have a conversation with Jonay. Leo is gone. Jonay has Leo on a leash. Leo is gone because he says his connection with Jonay is stronger. He feels that he's able to open up to her more. He feels that things are just organically happening. He's gone. Cassie might as well bring Mateo because Leo is gone. I don't know whether they'll come back to one another. I don't think they should come back to one another, Cassie and Leo, after this. I think they should just stay in their new couples until the end or until they're eliminated, just because I it will be too toxic. It will be too messy because they were together, they broke up, and then he got with Anna, and then they broke up, and then he got back with Cassie, and now she's in Casa Amor, she's doing her, he's doing him. He's only 21 years old. What do you expect? So I don't know. We'll see how that plays out, but I have no hopes for them. Am I the only one who's now fed up of Carmen? She needs to stop playing games. She really is interested in Rob, and she needs to stop playing games because we've seen how she behaves when she's not interested in anyone. Victor, Bergie, uh, typical examples of how she behaves when she's not interested. The way she's all giggly, the way she was making out with Rob tells me that she's interested. She's looking at the long game. She thinks that if she stays with Kenzo, she stands a better chance of staying in the villa a long time. And this is someone she knows, whether she's been attracted to him for a long time or whether this is just a one-off. I don't know, but I can see that she's really interested in Rob. And if she brings him to the villa, I'm not surprised because you can tell it's not like Rob is having to do a lot of work. Yes, he is becoming frustrated because I think the producers keep trying to push him to pursue Carmen, but I think he stood a better chance had he continued to sort of pursue someone like Amani. Amani would have brought him back to the villain. There's no two ways about it. She really liked him, but he wasted his chance on Carmen, and Carmen is really interested in him, but is looking at the long game and thinks that if she stays with Kenzo, she has a better chance of lasting till the finale. That's my opinion. But I think if she couples up with Rob, the fans are going to get behind them and drag them to the finale. But anyway, let her stay with Kenzo and let the two of them be voted out. Then Bergie sits down with Ashley. I think it's time to get Bergie out of his misery because he's going to leave that villa a depressed man. I think Bergie should have gone home with Emily instead of Harrison, but that's just me because I think Bergie has really tried. In Casa, he's really tried. And there must be something about him that's putting all the girls off because the girls knew he was a sure thing to keep them in the villa. And if Ashley is turning him down, I don't know who else will be entertained by him or will be willing to entertain him because I thought Ashley was brought in specifically for Bergie. And for her to say, well, I'm not 100% sure and I just don't want to say yes so I can stay in the villa. And it's like, what is it about Bergie that is putting people off? What is it exactly? It's not the fact that he's inexperienced. There must be something about him that we're not being shown that's turning the girls off. Is he very clingy or what? Is he what? Is he creepy or what is it? I'm very curious to know. And then you have Marco sit down and have a chat with Hannah O. Am I the only one who's surprised at the conversation between Hannah O and Marco and how mature he's coming across? He's coming across as someone who's able to communicate because this is something he fell out with Destiny over right from the jump when they coupled up on the first day. He's able to express himself. And I like that he appears to be empathetic with Hannah O's situation and is encouraging her to get to know the other guys and say, you know, you're in Fiji, you might as well give it a shot. Your person might be here. And it's like, well, then be a wingman for her. Tell her who's most likely to sort of bite. That way she can go after that person. The problem is she's coming a day after the Casa girls. So the Casa girls already have a feel of the land and know who they're going after. I wish she could push her towards Kenzo. I wish she could push her towards Kenzo. And I wish Kenzo was open to getting to know her. That way they might make a couple. I think it's not fair for her to come all this way and then have to leave when Casa Amor ends. I don't think the producers would want to waste all that money for nothing. So I think they're going to try and couple up with someone, if not Marco. And then somebody in the comments criticized me for calling out Jonah. You need to, sorry, but I think I deserve an apology maybe because I said this from the start that I can't stand Jonah. He comes across as patronizing. He comes across as he's better than. And the way he spoke to Amani and Destiny, I didn't like it. Even his behavior around Harrison, I didn't like it. The fact that he made allegations that Destiny was putting her bottom in his crotch and stuff. And to see him speaking to Taylor C and how he's a totally different man. He's well composed, he's very respectful, he's very articulate in his, and he's lost all that swagger, that mannerism that he was using when he was dealing with Destiny and Imani. And it's sort of like, was he pandering to them then? Was he trying to sort of be akin to them? I know he spoke about his family. He didn't bring in his ethnicity. And why? If he felt the need to let Destiny and everybody else know, why is he hiding that? I do not like that. I do not like someone who treats people less than. I can't stand it. And okay, he's getting along with Taylor C. I think he needs to couple up with Taylor C and the two of them can go home at the next recoupling. That's my opinion. But I don't like the way he's treated the other girls, and he's made it feel like they were desperate for his attention, that they were begging for him, they were clamoring for him, when they were not. He was punching. Had he coupled up with Imani, he was punching. Had he remained coupled up with Destiny, he was still punching. Those girls are way more articulate than him. They are way more educated than him. They are way more intelligent than him, let alone their look. What they are on the inside is way more than he could ever dream of or aspire to get in a partner. So the fact that he treated them like they were desperate for him, and suddenly now he's on the same level, he's sort of mellowed, he's sort of respectful, he's sort of humble when he's talking to Taylor C. I do not like that. I love Destiny. I don't know whether it's just me. Whether if Destiny has one fan, it's me. If she has 1,000 fans, I'm one of them. If she has 1,000,000 fans, I'm one of them. So she's having a conversation with Zay, and they're just talking because it seems she's clicked with Zay more than anybody else, despite the fact that there is an age gap. I thought she would maybe like Kyle or Eddie, but I think it's because Imani is more into Kyle, so she's decided she doesn't want to compete for anyone. And also, KK was sort of interested in Eddie, and I think this is why she's taken a step back and just decided to stay with Say. I love the fact that she acknowledged that people can knock her and say she can't keep a guy, but she's been drawing attention from some of the most good, well, from the most good-looking guys in the villa, just to say it that way. Marco, he was okay. Harrison, we all know. Jonah, Mike is good looking, and now she has Zay, so you have to give her credit. Give credit where credit is due. Do I think that they have a connection that will lead to something romantic? Nah, because of their age gap. I really don't see it. Bergie, after striking out with Ashley, goes to Taylor S and is like, as I said, someone needs to put him out of his misery. I think Taylor S is going to entertain him just because she wants to stay on the show, not because she really likes him. I don't know how long that will last. She might stay with him and then recouple with someone at the next recoupling. We'll see. And then we have Mike and Deja. I know Mike is good looking. I know he was having conversations with Destiny. I don't think he was it for Destiny because of the rumors that was going on about him on the interwebs, on the internet. So I am happy that he's with Deja. I don't know who I really want for Destiny at the moment. I really wanted Harrison, but hey, we all know what happened. And so I think they have great chemistry. I can't see them recoupling. I think they're going to recouple because they've come out of the blue and suddenly they're in the focus. And for the producers to be messy and put Destiny there doesn't make any sense. What, they want to say that she's had another guy stolen from her? No, she hasn't. She hadn't recoupled with him. They were having conversations and that's all it was. It's not like they were both closed off and they were saying, this is my person. So I don't get why they had to shade Destiny like that. I did not like that. If I were to rank the top two people that have enjoyed their time in Casa Amor, Leo and Imani. Imani has made the most of it. If she had her way, she would have kissed every single guy in Casa Amor, but they haven't given her the opportunity to do so. So she's speaking to Kyle. I think Kyle is good for her. I think Kyle is way better than Jonah. As I said before, I would not wish Jonah on my worst enemy, so I like Kyle. He's sort of a coming force for Imani because I think Imani, if left to her own devices, she would just run wild. And I like the fact that he calms her down. They seem to have great chemistry. They did share a kiss and it seemed very passionate. So Imani is making the most of Casa, and I really hope she couples with Kyle because they seem to get along. And then you have the peanut gallery. I don't know how I feel about Hannah and Carmen. I think they're being a bit catty. The fact that they were talking about Cassie and Mateo, I did not like that. I did not like that. And for Carmen to say, oh, Mateo is very shallow, this, that, and the other. I know I've seen online where they said he's been on 2 reality TV shows recently, and so this is his third, but still, if she hasn't spoken to him and hasn't got to know him, how does she know he's shallow? She is just as shallow. So shallow identifies shallow. Anyway, and for them to say, oh, Cassie is shallow as well, so they'll get along, it's like, that's the last thing you need, because there's going to be movie night, and how are you going to explain to Cassie your behavior, especially Carmen, given the fact that you've been friends with Cassie? I think Carmen is no one's friend in the villa. That's my opinion. I think she's friends with people that will keep her in the villa. That's it. Otherwise, she's nobody's friend. I hate the way she treated Hannah, and I hate the fact that Hannah has not picked up on that. I don't know. And then they start talking about KK, who's having a chat with Brandon. I love Brandon. I really do. I think he brings out a happier side of KK. She seemed more at ease. She seems calm with him. So I really hope she gives him a chance. I know the girls are saying we wish we could force her to bring Brandon, because Brandon seems like a way better guy for her. And I think the same. I've said this before. Kenan is not doing anything that, in my opinion, makes me think that he's all in for KK. He's always had his head on a swivel. His head has always been turned every time a new girl comes in. And I don't know why he agreed to go to the hideaway with KK, knowing for a fact that he wasn't ready to commit to her. I think he should have kept things going, and he should have kept his head on a swivel, told her that his head is on a swivel until he was ready to settle down, and then he could close things off with KK if that's the person he chose to settle down with. Anyway, we then see him go and sit down for a chat. Naja and Kenan, I wish I could say they have, an emotional or romantic connection only. It seems their connection is more sexual. And it's interesting how all these boys are having their heads turned just because someone is very sexual or someone entices them with sex. That's all it seems to be. First it was Harrison, then Leo, now we have Kenan. And it's like, seriously, are they not thinking of anything else? Are they not aware they're being recorded? They're on TV. And the whole world is going to watch this. Their families are going to see this. Even for the girls, the way they are behaving, I feel some type of way, because Kenan tells Naja that he's hard and she wants to feel it. She wants to touch it. It's like, that's a bit inappropriate. That's a bit inappropriate. I think you need to be respectful of your partner regardless. I know Kenan has been having his head on a swivel, but at least he should have had enough respect for KK to stop himself from doing things like this, because on movie night, KK is going to have a breakdown, and it seems in the promo for tomorrow, they show KK receiving a video, and it's like, I'm happy they gave her a video. I think the producers are using Twitter as a guide onto how to run their show, because most of the things that the fans are saying suddenly appear on the show, because fans were talking about postcards, and someone was saying about a video, and suddenly we have the girls receiving a video of Casa Amor, and it's like, okay, I don't know. We'll see how that plays out, but it's going to be a lot of tears and a lot of misery. I think at this point, Kenan might as well recouple with Naja. I like Naja. It's interesting how most of the people that have been brought to Casa are very likable. And I like the fact that, unlike last season where they were constantly cutting people, this season the recouplings haven't been back to back. I think it's because they've had to bring these people out to Fiji. So after spending so much money, they just don't want to be putting people home. And I love that. I love that people are getting to stay longer. But hey, we'll see how it plays out. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.